And welcome everybody to the Monday Mastermind. We're so glad that you made it. We had such a cool joke we wanted to start off with, but we thought, no, we can't be that mean. All right, so I got to tell you what it was, just so you know. So, Maria, if you're watching, which I'm sure you are, we were going to start off the hang up by saying, and that's when Maria will come in and just smash everything up and ruin it for everybody. And then we're going to say, no, we're talking about the hurricane, not you, Maria, the hurricane. And so I hope that puts a smile on your face, Maria. We were just joking around. And so, you know, that was a terrible joke, Katie. You should not have mentioned that. Anyway, I'm just kidding. That was all me. Hope everyone's doing well. I've had such a busy week. I cannot tell you how I pulled my hair out yesterday, actually along with Katie, because she was, I don't know if you've got any hair left, Katie, because that was like some momentous, arduous, ridiculous stuff we went through, and we might share that with everyone. But I hope everyone's doing well, and I see we have a lot of people on the chat. We just want to say hi to you who are watching. Robert, Maria, who else is there? We've got, I think Jovi's on there as well. But with that being said, I'm going to go to Pops and ask him how his week was so Katie doesn't give it away. All right, so Pops, how was your week?
I was just kind of waiting for that question. It was excellent. Real mellow. We got a lot of work done. We're stable in one spot for tomorrow we're leaving, but we've been here for it'll be 7 days. And we were able to get a lot of things accomplished, which was awesome. He had some issues with connection the other day. It went out, and then he had to go get a new modem. It doesn't seem to be as strong as it was. So now we have in and out stuff the last couple of days. But, you know, we make do. We always make do. It was a good week. Great weather. Saw a great big snake today. That was huge. That was kind of cool watching that.
Nice.
Fortunately, didn't come after me.
Cool. All right, so with that being said, we have Mr. James Shaw, who has delighted us with his presence today. Jamie, I believe you're going to have one busy day in the next few days because you are chock-a-block with work. What's going on, man?
Oh, I had a busy day today. I was supposed to go surveying today, and I was 3 miles from the house, and the guy that I was going surveying with, called me and said, "You need to come to Springfield because we're going to another town over by where I live at." I'm like, "Why? What's wrong?" He said, "The power is half out at the building. The server's offline. The computers are offline. They're flashing on and off, on and off, on and off." I said, "Shut everything down. I'll be there in an hour." So I got there about 6-8 months ago. One of our underground electric lines popped. So our building did the same thing. So we just had new concrete poured in our parking lot like not even a month ago. And all of a sudden, the same problem. So we're thinking the contractor that poured the concrete hit our electric line and cracked it. And then it rained last night and got some moisture. And it made that line pop and bust. So no internet, no nothing. Electrician come in and put us all on one circuit so our whole building would be online, but we have no AC, you know, and it's 90 degrees today with no AC, so we were sweating it all. And I had to troubleshoot the server because I got the server back up and running and everything, got everybody back online, but we had no internet. And finally it took a call to the service provider. This is going to make Dave mad. I spent 20 minutes on the call. 10 minutes I spent on hold. The other 10 minutes for the technician to reset my internet and reset my router, and then boom, I had internet like that.
Oh, goodness. I tell you, not having internet almost feels sometimes like you just can't breathe because everything I do is online, and it is just, man, I absolutely need it, and I need it even more these days. But man, I feel your pain. It's weird when the internet isn't around. You just feel like But then again, every now and then I like reading a book. Every now and then I like reading a book. If you sit me down in the right conditions when I'm forced to read, I will read. But with that being said, I'm not going to say anything further because I got a lot to say.
I got one more thing, Dave. I'm going to teach everybody.
Go for a change.
I'm going to teach everybody a lesson that I had to teach the whole office today. Everybody's, throwing their problems at me all day. Oh, I can't print. I can't open this document. I can't open this document. And my answer to everybody was, did you reboot? They reboot. Oh, I can print. Oh, I can open a document. So when you're having issues, reboot because it fixes most of the problems with your computer. Most, not all.
Yeah, no. Reboot does a lot of that stuff. Miss Katie Stage, how are you today? What's going on? You're looking very
summery,
mercurial.
Not every day I have my hair up. It's really warm today. We just didn't have the AC on. But I did feel that pain today, Dave, of no internet. And Dad had to hear that pain. It was so horrible. I'm like, how could I do this without internet? I couldn't call. It was just, everything just got wiped out for like a half hour and I freaked out. It was God testing my patience for sure, I swear. But otherwise, it's been good. I did good today.
That's good. I got to say, I just want to give a shout out to my good friend Colleen Shinapu. She has made it. And we are so glad that you're here. We've missed you terribly. I know that you've been busy with work, and we have missed you. And so we are so glad that you are here. I see that we have Shamid joining us as well. Welcome. And we just want to say that you're welcome to hear us. Today we're going to be talking about a very, very important subject. And what I want to do right now is I want to ask everybody who is listening, I want to ask you this question. And I want to wait for some answers and see what everybody has to say. So the question is, do you need success to produce results in your business? Do you need success to produce results in your business? I want to ask everybody what they think. Maybe Katie can watch the comments and see what type of, and you can interrupt me anytime. Just let me know, because I can't really, I'm a guy, I can only do one thing at a time. So I don't know how Katie does it. I mean, you'll be watching Katie, you'll be talking to her and she's responding while I'm talking to her, and she's doing 5 things at once, and I'm going, what is going on? And my mind is just exploding. So we are so thankful to have Katie on with us. Okay, so Shamid says yes, looks like. And what does everybody else think? Do you need
Bob was saying define success.
Define success, all right. That's a good point.
Bob, you define success for yourself. So do you need that? You need that. You got to ask yourself, what is success? Do you need that to produce results in your business?
So I want to tell everybody this story, and it's a new story. You haven't heard it. I haven't shared this because it only happened yesterday. And basically, it was 4 hours of absolute hell. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm busy right now trying to get a course together, SAM 3.0. And in this course, I am trying my very best. And I was thinking yesterday, it would be so cool if I could find some free piece of software out there for people to create their own pages online, their own landing pages, their own capture pages, their own, hangout pages. I went online and I did a real good long search to see if I could find something. And I came across many programs, but all of them had little catches on them, like branding was stuck to the bottom. And you couldn't do a lot of things, and there were restrictions, and you could only get so far if you paid a bit further. And then I stumbled across this program. I'm not going to say the name of the program because some of you may be using it or whatever the case is. But anyway, I thought this is a great program. It had a whole bunch of templates. It had a whole lot of landing pages that you could model off on. You could create your own capture pages. They had integration with Aweber and GetResponse and third-party autoresponders. You could do what you liked. It was amazing. And even Katie was quite surprised at the versatility in this program. You could take the branding off. You didn't even have to pay for the software. If you were going to pay for it, they would just extend the amount of leads that you would come into your business. But otherwise, it looked like a pretty legitimate system. So anyway, I said to Katie, you know, Katie, I'm going to use this program because I want to give people a bit of a start, somewhere they can start off and use a free piece of software. So I went about trying to create these capture pages, and I managed to produce, I think, 2 or 3, and I was pretty happy with myself. And then I saved the page and I closed it, and I could not find the page. It was hidden amongst a whole lot of templates, and it was lost. I could not find the page at all. It was like finding a needle in a ship full of hay. It was ridiculous. It was outrageous. I couldn't find it. And then, of course, when we did find it, we found that, you know, it was half of one page and half of another. I asked Katie if she wouldn't mind giving it a try, and Katie went to work trying to get this thing to work. And she managed to produce some monstrosity where she combined 2 videos and a headline going through somebody's head, and there was a button, and she was having a hard time. And I thought to myself, if I'm having a hard time and Katie's having a hard time, what chance is anybody going to have if they're going to try this program? And I got to say, I feel like I can speak with full authority on the subject. Free is not free. Free is another word for hassle, 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 hassle. I can tell you this right now, and I have used free programs in the past when I have struggled for hours and hours and hours, and it took both Katie and I think we were on the call, it must have been 3 or 4 hours, trying to get this monstrosity sorted out. And I can tell you right now that I became an authority on free software at that particular time. I became an authority, and I could speak to that experience because I learned something, and I had valuable information I could share with the world and could still share with the world. All right. And this is what I learned. Now, I got to say, with regards to, do you need success in order to produce results in your business? And I got to say that the answer to the question is a resounding absolutely. Now, a lot of you might be thinking success equals money. But I can tell you what the goal of somebody working online is to become. And it's not to become rich. Let me say that again. The goal of somebody working online is not to become rich. And I'll tell you why it shouldn't be the goal. Now, I know that ultimately, at the end of the day, making money is important. But ultimately, what you need to be doing is improving yourself and making yourself a better version of what you are right now. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that make sense to everybody on the panel? And I learned this from Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn always used to talk about this. You know, he made his millions, and Katie would agree to this. You know, he made his first million very, very quickly, but he lost it very, very quickly. And it was only when he made his second million that he kept his money. Why? Because he became a better person. And this is why I tell you that ultimate, and I think, you know, Robert's got a good point here. To be ultimately successful is somebody who has become a better version of themselves. Does that make sense to everybody listening? Maybe you guys want to comment on this, or you've got something you want to illustrate this, or a story you want to tell. I will look at the comments. Katie, you want to take something away?
I don't have a mouse, so I was just doing all this stuff I'm sorry, I was just trying to get my mouse like over there. I have to like run my fingers like do that. But I actually witnessed that whole process. It was really funny to see Dave kind of struggle a little bit and try to figure something out. So with that, it's like with this process of trying to, you know, get something done to see if it will actually work for other people, just so they can have something to use, so they can have like a better step in the right direction in order to get things done in their business. Because still use free tools all the time, and to me, in my definition, that's success as far as allowing me to get my job done quicker. Because as we know, that success does love speed. So to me, I think that is very helpful to have that kind of stuff, you know, available. But anyways, I was kind of reading the comments here, and I just kind of want to read what everybody was saying. So did you read that already?
No, read some. Sorry, I don't read as quickly as you do.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dave doesn't read. Okay. I'm trying to get my windows. I'm sorry, I'm struggling here to get my windows. Okay, there, now you can scroll.
I will say this, you know, I mean, when Katie's talking about free tools, I'm not talking about things like social media or things like YouTube or things like that. But at the end of the day, you have to remember that when you want your business to improve, you absolutely need to be investing in your business. There are no shortcuts in that respect. So with regards to, you know, you need a website. You absolutely need a website. That's going to cost you money. You need a way that you can make pages, and that's going to cost you money. And if you want to go the free route, I can tell you right now, you know, it is a lot of hard work working out coding, and it's so much easier when you've got something that makes things work a little bit better. But you know what? At the end of the day, you are responsible for your business. And the truth of the matter is that even though social media is free, it's not yours, because that could be taken down any time. And this is why it's always good to get your own hosting, get your own websites, so that you can upload your own videos, so that you are not, what's the word, burdened, or you're not obligated to use something, because you can always find a way to do it. That's why we encourage people to make their own lists. We encourage people to build their own subscribers, and this costs money. All right, the people that say, I want to, you know, do something for free, it's ridiculous. All right, it's absolutely ridiculous. Sorry, Katie, carry on.
Okay, so I really liked what well, let me just scroll back up because there's some comments that Shamid said, is that success is progress to him. So it means that we're still living, that we're living and not dying. So that's absolutely, there's no right or wrong answer here. We just wanted to get your brain working, right? Rob, hello, I was going to say Bobbert. So Bob says, no, you do not. I know that maybe is weird, but sometimes our failures are success. I love that. Sometimes our failures are success, and in disguise. And he talks about Babe Ruth, about his home runs and stuff. Whoa. Comments just kind of jumped. Okay, so our failures, what Robert was continuing to say is our failures do, and it teaches us humility, which I totally agree, absolutely. So let's see what else he says. Makes it easier to relate to our audience, which is true, because you can actually do that. So stories are, you can use something that you can use in your business that will give you massive, like, good, like, fast, like, relatability with your audience. So that will actually get you to success a lot faster, or get the ball rolling. Because in my opinion, success is an ultimate, like, always something that you strive for. There's never really an end goal. So we define success as something that we want to reach as a goal, but then once we reach it, then what? We got to go for another goal, and that would be the next success, right? So that's just my opinion on that. That's pretty much it.
And you know, I mean, I see Maria's listing a whole list of free applications that she uses, and she was mentioning like Screencast-O-Matic, and I got to say, I use a piece of software that doesn't work entirely well, and I needed to capture video, and I needed something quick. I needed something easy, and I knew that Screencast-O-Matic was available, and I hadn't used it in a while, but it only has a 15-minute limit for the free version. And because of that, I had to buy the full version. So I bought the full version yesterday, and I went ahead and I made all the videos I needed to because it had the facilities that I wanted for my particular course. And had I not done that, I probably would be still sitting here trying to work that out. You know, in order for you to move forward, you have to do that. And you're absolutely right that failures, I mean, we spoke about this last week.
Can I tell a funny story?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, when I was brand new in the industry, I had no idea who to ask and how to ask. How does somebody share their screen when doing a video? I had no idea what tool. I didn't know how to Google it. I didn't know what to call it. So I had this tablet, right? And I had my monitor. So what I did is I actually fashioned this, like, I propped up my tablet and I actually screen captured my screen with my tablet and then started talking in my, you know what I mean? Kind of like when you're recording with your phone. That's what I did. I had my tablet in front of my screen, and then that's what I had to do. I didn't know. And then I learned about Screencast-O-Matic, and now we have Zoom and Google Hangout, and I didn't even know about Google Hangout back then either. So I just wanted to share that funny story.
That's cool. Jamie, do you want to say something? You've been very quiet over there. I don't want you to feel left out and stuff.
I was just taking a nap, you know, that's why it's being so quiet. Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of free tools out. There's a lot of good free tools out there, but there's a lot of crap free tools out there too, you know. And when I started, you know, I started with Screencast-O-Matic, and then I got introduced to Camtasia, and then I got to end up, instead of spending I think it was $2.99 when you bought Camtasia 8, and I just happened to get a coupon from Camtasia for $99, so I scooped it up right away, you know. And I haven't bought 9 yet, but I've been really thinking about it. And there's other tools out there like Maria was suggesting. You know, there's also Jing for, you know, capturing screenshots. You know, and then if you have Windows 10, it has a Windows snipping tool, which is free, that you can grab screenshots with too. So there's other free tools out there that you can use, and you know, there's I mean, for what I do, you know, diagnostics, hard drive diagnostics. I can't talk tonight. Everybody froze up, or is it just me?
I'm okay. I think Dave froze. Oh. I don't know.
Okay, but you know, there's a lot of good free tools out there for, you know, computer repair, which is the industry that I run a home business out of. I actually run a computer repair business out of my house, and I have several, you know, a couple computers sitting here that I'm working on. And one of the free tools I use is, I think it was called eZeus, and it lets you analyze your hard drive, clone your hard drive, make partitions bigger, stuff like that. But it has some diagnostic tools and stuff built into it also. And then there's another one I use. I can't remember the name of it, but it'll let you. Oh, it's I can't think of it right at the moment. I have to look at my computer, see if it's on here or not. But Recuva, that's what it's called. Recuva allows you, if you delete the file on your hard drive, it'll recover the file off your hard drive. You know, so those are some free tools that I use for computer repair. So there are good free tools out there. It just depends on what you're trying to do. You know, some of the paid tools recover the data better, but Recuva works pretty well, you know, for what I use it for. Most of the time it's people, can you recover my pictures from my hard drive because their computer crashed and all that's good is their hard drive. Well, I can use that and recover all their pictures and stuff like that. When it comes to marketing, I mean, having a website, you know, you don't want to use Blogger or just plain WordPress. You want to use a hosted WordPress website or a hosted Blogger website. The most popular one is WordPress. You know, that's what I use for all my websites and everything. And setting up a hosted website is not very hard. You can do it on cPanel. You can do it with WordPress hosting, however you want to do it. And it's not real hard to set up. And there's tons and tons of tutorials on how to use WordPress on YouTube. That's where I've learned probably 80% of what I know about WordPress is on YouTube. And I had some of it, actually when I learned in college how to build a website, I learned HTML coding to build websites. And I can't even do HTML coding hardly anymore. I have to look it up because I haven't, I've been using WordPress so long, there's no point in having to go back and learn all that HTML code all over again because WordPress builds it all for you. So that's my take on it. So
welcome back, Dave. Looks like you jumped off for a second. Speaking of
my life died. My life died. My line died. So I'm what did I miss?
Did you get hit by Hurricane Maria?
Yeah, this whole thing about, I will say this about, this whole question about do you need success to produce results? I know what a lot of people think is that in order for you to gain success, you need to earn. It's kind of like this loop, right? People say, well, you need results. You need results in your business to prove that you actually know what you're doing. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. I know a lot of marketers do that, and there's nothing wrong with showing people that you're producing results, but the best marketers, the best people out there who actually produce good results are the ones that actually don't flaunt money at all. These are the people that get on camera and are really honest with their audience. These are the people that get on camera and are really connecting with people that they are trying to connect with. Like I have a video out there called Make Money Myth. It's a Make Money Myth video. It's actually called that because of a keyword. And somebody sent me a message the other day saying, Dave, thank you so much for this video. I really connected with that, and I'm looking forward to working with you. And I didn't mention anything about the fact that I was producing crazy amounts of money. The point is that I speak from a position of somebody who has produced results because, number one, I know how to market. Number two, I know how to make videos. Number three, I know how to capture leads. Number four, I know how to target leads. Number five, I know how to do keyword research. There are so many skill sets that I know that I can teach people. And as a result of that, I learn things. Just like we learned yesterday that finding free capture page makers and free landing page makers is going to give you a headache. We learned that experience and we went through it the hard way. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't some software out there that isn't going to be a little bit easier for you, but if you want to do that search and look for it like I did, be my guest. But I would rather take a paid software any day where I can produce. In fact, when I showed Katie what I was using, the paid system I was using, I showed her that I created a page in 5 minutes. I created the page in 5 minutes. She got on, I shared my screen, she saw me create the page, and it was created in 5 minutes, as opposed to this other program where you have to, find a template. It takes you 10 minutes to work that out, and then you've got to work out where everything goes, and it's just a headache. So these little skills add up to the point where you can actually say you actually know something. So when you start running your business online and you are trying to, for instance, sell something in the health market, and you have these tablets that you're trying to sell, and you've taken them for a month and you've gotten results, that's a result that you can share with somebody. You do not need to prove that you make money. All you need to do is to show people that you have gotten somewhere, that you're not left behind. The people that sit there and say, well, I can't make any money and I don't get any results, are the people that don't want to learn anything. They want everything given to them. It's just they want everything given to them. And they expect someone like me to just give them a handout. And I honestly feel that if I'm giving somebody money for nothing, I'm kind of agreeing with their situation, that they can't get out of the predicament that they're in. It's the ones that step up. It's the ones that actually take a huge step forward and take a big risk. I've taken a massive risk these last couple of weeks working on this course, and it's pushing me to areas where I haven't gone before. And that's because I want to learn new things. I want to actually produce results. I'm missing Pops. Is he there, or is he still trying to get online?
I'm still trying to get online. There's just been really internet here.
Is Maria giving me a hard time?
I think she's
Sorry, Maria, we're
plotting
picking on you
her
today.
right now.
Everybody's very, very quiet. No, I got to say.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Oh, I was just telling you that I was checking Pop's deal here, see if he can get online, because he had a story to tell. Maybe he can come over here and tell it.
Yeah. Get him over there. Get Papa Smurf. If you could unmute the button, it'll probably say, come over here, come over here. No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to. Come over here. No, I don't want to. Come over here. All right. I guess Pops is not coming over there. This is getting a bit too quiet here. Okay. I guess we're waiting. Are we waiting? What's going on, Katie?
I think he's getting. Are you going to tell your story?
Does it apply anymore? I don't know what you guys.
All right. I think this is the longest we've ever been silent on a Hangout ever. Let's just see what happens if we don't say anything right now. Does anybody have any questions they would like to ask us about the subject?
Well, let's see.
You're waiting with bated breath. Thanks, Robert. He's not Papa Smurf anymore. That's right.
Oh, there he is.
There we go. Have we got Pops here?
Hey, not as short as Katie.
Squats.
Yeah. Yeah. Am I on, ready to rock and roll here?
You're on. Yeah.
I wanted to explain this that I had when I was in the union, and I wasn't. I was able to talk to management and make some, not deals, but at least agreements and stuff like that. But as we got further and further into that process, involved in fire or having to get fired or laid, whatever, I had then to start to find other grievances that would apply to that type of situation in order to it's going to be it is kind of you, but and it was easy for me because I was interested in the union stuff and the arbitrations that I got my butt slapped a couple of times where I didn't do enough research because of that wasn't over anybody getting fired or anything. It was about work being contracted out. But a little bit further into my research and into on how to do it properly against people that were experienced. And because of my ability to learn in that, I was able to climb to where I was almost to the point of being invited to go to the national level in the union and be a business agent. Well, the business agent that was in place was going to retire. That's where I was able to like climb the ladder without having to. He couldn't retire yet because they changed some kind of finance thing, so he decided to stay. And then they offered. He was going to stay for a while. He intended now to stay for several more years, and they offered an early out with a monetary boost. So I took it because I didn't like the post office and doing that kind of work. So the thing is you know, to have success. So in your learning, you're applying, and where you become successful. That's it all. So you study. You got to learn it. You got to apply it. So if you have to get on the phone to talk to somebody, you may have to do that. And I think for me, that's the process. I know a lot of people say, well, you don't ever have to talk to anybody in person. It's going to be harder to become successful, or it'll take longer because people are very wary of this type of business now. They just are. So in order to, you have to learn and apply what you learn and be able to communicate. And we've been communicating all our lives as kids, all manipulating. We've all done that. We've been able to market ourselves ever since we were young. You know, we market ourselves to be cool and whatever. So it's nothing new. We just kind of became disenfranchised from that kind of stuff, whether it be too much television or whatever. You know, you all heard probably, so I'm not going to beat that one down. Just learn it. All you got to do is learn it. And it takes time to learn stuff, apply it, and that'll be the best teacher when you apply it. So that's what I did. I would apply it, and it enabled me to grow to where I wanted to go. Is all it was circumstances. I was ready to be able to take over the position. Just dictated that I wasn't going to be able to do it yet. And probably wallowed in the post I did the best choice I ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys. I'll give you back over to Katie.
Can I add to something for this, Dave? Or do you have something to add?
Oh, no, go for it. It's just that the line's chopping. It's going in and out. Jamie, is it chopping on your side as well, or is it just me?
Oh, it's chopping on my side too. So
Hopefully it came through on the replay. How are we now? If I keep talking, will it be choppy?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, you say that the whole process of going from like, that's what I thought, as like I started, am I choppy? Okay. Then just carry on, Dave.
All right, no. I don't want to, because I know people are having trouble hearing, but I want to speak to everybody listening who, this question that weighs on.
You though.
Sorry? Can you hear me, Jamie?
That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
now Pops and Katie are the only ones being choppy, really. So
Okay.
I can hear
cool.
you just fine, Dave.
All right. I want to speak to everybody who are listening right now, and I know that this question or this weight is on your shoulder, and the weight is, how can I produce anything if I don't have any result right now in my business. And I know that is something that weighs on people's mind and their conscience, and they feel that they can't move forward because they don't have any result to speak of. And I want to say that ultimately, my success online never came from a position of me having money. I was so excited about learning new things and so engrossed in what I was learning that when I got it, when I understood that it's really about me imparting value to other people, that's when I started to grow. And this is why we always encourage you that if you've got any product, any sort of service, any sort of knowledge, any sort of advice, any sort of anything that helps you, if you just think about everything that has helped you grow as a person, if you let that out to the whole world and let people know that you have something to offer, you will find that people will start to listen to you more and more. That's where it comes from. You know, we are constantly trying to compare ourselves to somebody out there who are better than us. We try to be somebody else. And we've said this time and time again on this hangout that you have to be yourself. And the problem is that we try to be someone we're not. And I know this seems like I'm hammering this nail every single week, but ultimately true success comes from you being successful yourself. You need to understand that where you are right now is because you have learned a whole bunch of stuff and you probably don't even realize it. You know, I became a youth leader when I was in church a long time ago. I used to lead kids in song. But there was a stage in my life when I was absolutely terrified of the prospect of me standing in front of people playing guitar, let alone playing in front of kids. I'd rather stand in front of adults and play guitar because kids can be mean. All right, kids are mean, especially, you know, when I was a teenager and I was learning this. And I started to learn the guitar and started to practice. And I used to hang around people who were also playing guitar. I used to hang around other people who were in a band. I used to play in a band. And I didn't know it at the time, but the guy that was leading the band, he was leaving. And he was mentoring me without me even knowing it. And I remember he used to invite me to play with him while he was leading people in song. And one day I'm busy standing up there with him and he's kind of in the front because he's leading everybody in song. And he starts taking a walk around the crowd. He starts taking a walk around the crowd and leaves me in front. And he eventually put his guitar down and I was there in front playing the guitar in front of a lot of people. And let me tell you something, it was as scary as hell. It was the most frightening experience I've ever had in my life. But as a result of that, every week this kind of happened. He kind of put me in this position where I was learning stuff. And I became really good at it. I got a lot of confidence. I started to play for kids. I started to play in front of for Kids Club and standing up there leading sessions. And the more I did it, the better I became. And this is exactly what it's like when you're running your business. You know, if you have a product that you want to sell, and if you learn that product and you learn everything about that product and you apply everything in that product in your life, you will become better for it and you can teach that to other people. So for instance, if you sell makeup or if you sell tools or if you sell software for some program, if you are not using the product, if you are not experiencing what you are actually selling, why should anybody listen to you? If you learn how to apply makeup as a woman and you want to teach people how to do the same thing, why aren't you on video? Why aren't you providing value to other people so you can give somebody something of value to listen to you? So next time they have an issue, they can come back to you. You need to start doing this. This is so important because every time you practice, you become more successful in what you're doing. Not successful in terms of making money, but successful in terms of becoming a better person, being able to learn how to communicate better in front of other people. The more times you do it, the better you become at it. That's what I need you to understand. You do not need to produce huge amounts of money. You do not need to have huge amounts of money in order for you to be successful. All you need is a huge amounts of success in your life, in the sense that you can impart that to other people. That's what this business is all about. Because ultimately, I'm a better person. I am a better person than I was 4 years ago coming online. I've learned so many things, and one of them is patience. Oh my word, have I learned patience. Katie was just sharing something with the group the other day, and I was listening to the replay, and everybody was just saying, how is it that you can speak like that to somebody and not lose your temper? How is it that you don't fly off the handle? And it's because Katie talks to people constantly online all the time. And she does this on a regular basis. So she can see where people are coming from because she has a lot of experience. Is this helpful? Is this, does this make sense, everybody watching? I don't want to just go on a monologue here. I want people to actually, are people saying stuff, Katie?
I got something to add to that, dude.
Sure.
Can't handle the quiet no more. But, I'm a good example of that. I was afraid to do video, over a year ago. And I hadn't had any success. Yeah, I made a few sales here and there, with one of the companies I was with. I made, a couple $100, and, I wasn't, I made money, but I didn't have huge success. Nobody knew who I was. My mentor gave me advice. I need to start doing videos. Dave and Katie gave me advice. I need to start doing videos. So I followed the advice and started doing videos, and I made some sales. So I had some success. I got some leads. I got some sales. That's success in my book. When you get your first lead, get your first sale. That's the most exciting thing when you get in the internet marketing world, because you're busting your butt, nothing's happening, and all of a sudden, boom, you get a sale. Like, oh, where'd that come from? Dave experienced it after 18 months. Wasn't it, Dave, 18 months? 8 months, okay. And you got your first sale, and you're like, oh, wow. Then you try to figure out where it come from so you can repeat the results. That's what the fun about it is, and I wouldn't have had those results if I hadn't listened to Dave and Katie and one of my other mentors and start doing videos. I wouldn't be able to run my own show. Dave gave me a challenge to start my own hangout. I've been doing my own hangout for over a year now, and I got some more advice from another mentor that encouraged me to start Thriving Thursday. So I did, and I added a partner, and adding my partner Wonderwit to my show just made it better because we have such great interaction with each other that the show, everybody loves to come and watch the show, and I wouldn't be there if I hadn't had a little bit of success. I didn't have to make it $10,000 overnight, which doesn't happen, just a little bit of success. Oh, I got a few leads. Boom, I got a few sales. Boom, something else happened, and you celebrate each one of them success little by little. When you celebrate the little successes, they grow into big successes down the road.
And, I love that. And how many people here who are watching this, I want to ask you this question. When you get your first lead, or when you get your first 10 leads in a day, or if you've experienced getting 50 leads in one day, have you actually gone online to tell people about your success? If you've made one sale, have you actually gone online? And I know some of you watching have made sales in the past, and maybe you haven't made a video explaining what this is like and what you actually produce, but have you actually told people about your successes? It doesn't have to be a sale. It can be getting your first lead. It can be making your own capture page, making your own landing page, making your own hangout, being a guest on somebody else's hangout, making a podcast, doing something, losing weight, whatever the situation is. When you achieve something in your business, doesn't matter what you learn. This is why we tell you all the time, Learn, do, teach. Learn, do, teach. And the message will never change. But the funny thing is that no matter how many times I say this to people, no matter how many times I tell people the same thing, I say, if you learn something, do it and then teach it. People still don't do it. They don't action. They don't do it. They might make a sale and go, oh, great, I made a sale, that's wonderful. And then they go and they try and see what they can do, but they don't tell people about their successes. How do you expect people to follow you if you don't tell people about your achievements? You know, for instance, you know, Katie made a course. She made a course on Facebook. Wonderful, wonderful course. She told people about her production of this course to everybody around her. And people are like, man, that's amazing. And people are so inspired by that because she did this Facebook course. You know, and then you have Jamie, who decides he's going to invest in his education, and he buys a course and he goes ahead and he tells people about it. Have you actually done that? You know, even if you decided to go ahead and join this business right now with us, and you click the link below and you want to join, once you've joined, the first thing you should be doing is telling people about it. Say you just started this amazing opportunity, you haven't made any money yet, but you're just so excited because you want to learn. This is what people like to hear. They like to hear authentic people. They want to hear authentic people. But if you lie, if you tell people untruths and you make up stuff, you have to have a really good memory. You have to have a really good memory. But if you tell the truth, you never have to worry about lying ever. That's why integrity is so important to this business. But I want to challenge every single one of you right now. Go and find a quiet place. Go and find a quiet place. In fact, this is what you should be doing. Go and find a quiet place. Make a list and write down everything that you've learned inside of your own business. Everything. I don't care what it is. Even if you're not connected to us at all, write down what you've learned and keep on writing down all these things that you've learned. The next step I want you to do, I want you to go and I want you to make a video. I want you to make a video with a title, and I want you to tell people what you've actually learned. Sorry? I think Katie's trying to say something. Okay, so, and do that. And you know what? Keep doing it. And keep doing it. And you will find that you will find more people being attracted to what you are doing. I promise you that is a formula for success. That's exactly what I do every single time. Every single time I learn something, I get so excited, I want to share with the world. And sometimes I don't make a video. Sometimes I'll write an email. Sometimes I'll do a post. But I have to tell somebody something. Sometimes if I don't have any of this, I'll go and tell somebody or one of my friends of what I've learned, because I find this stuff amazing. All right, so that is my challenge to every single one of you. If you listen to this right now, I want you to go and write a list of everything you've learned inside of your business. Write a condensed list, the longer the better, and then go back to it and make a video or a blog post or a post, or even all three. 10x it, all right? 10x it. Just put out the information about what you've learned and keep on doing this and make it part of your ritual, that whenever you learn something, you tell somebody about it. And do it. And do it. Don't be a hypocrite. Go ahead and do it. It's that simple. I'm just reading some of these comments here.
I think that's the biggest thing that people don't do. They don't take the action, you know, and that you want to know the path to success. That's the path to success. Every time I get leads and sales, it's because I'm in consistent daily action. When I quit taking daily consistent action, I quit getting leads and sales. So what's that tell you? When you take daily consistent action, things happen. You know, so that's the key to the success that I've found is, writing a blog, like Dave said, 10x it, writing a blog post, recording a YouTube video, make a blog post out of it and post it to Facebook, 10x it. You can take it and put it on Vimeo. You can take it and put it on there's other free reward video hosting sites out there that you can put it on there. You can 100x it if you want to, if you do the search and find the places where you can put it, because there's all kinds out there. I was listening to an audio on the way home about how to increase your traffic to your blog, and he was talking about doing guest blogging. Well, I'm like, guest blogging's got to be hard, Then after he explained it, it's really super easy. And then other things that he talked about. And then Diane Hockman said, I don't remember if it was yesterday she did this video or not, but I watched it on the way home tonight too. And she was saying, listen to things outside the industry. She listens to stuff that has nothing to do with internet marketing or network marketing. She listens to stuff outside the industry. That way she gains knowledge and she's learning something new every day.
And that is,
I didn't mean to take up the last few minutes.
No, that's fine. That's fine, Jamie. And, I got to say that is the single most, and it's true. Every time I don't get consistent results because I'm not performing actions. I'm not actually taking the actions. But the moment I start producing the results, and if you're honest with yourself, if you've produced leads or if you produce some sort of success in your business, when you produce something, you will know it's because you've taken consistent action. And that is ultimately what it is. It's about pulling that trigger. People are just too afraid to pull that trigger. They don't want to do it. And I remember about a week ago, I was trying to take action. And for the life of me, I couldn't do it for some reason. And I got into a call with Katie. We were talking. And I got into a call with Sonia, and we were talking, and I got inspired, and I started listening to the workshops that we run, and I got inspired because other people were producing results, and I wasn't. And as a result, I just said, you know what, I got to do it. And that's ultimately what it is. If you're not taking action, you are killing your business. And so with that being said, I think we're going to sign off now. We're heading close to the hour, and it's just a pity we weren't able to get a clear connection with Katie and Pops, but I know that they're traveling around the United States because they have the ability to do it because of the lifestyle they've chosen, and that's an amazing thing. And I got to say, I'm super excited because I'm actually writing out my vision of what I want to do in the next 6 months. And what I want to do in the next 6 months to a year is I want to start my own youth center. And I've already got all of my volunteers that want to join me. I want to get going, and I'm going to have this thing going. And this is what I'm working towards because I'm excited about it, and it gets me going every single day. And so I'm just going to ask Jamie if he wants to say one last final word, then we'll go to Katie, and then we will sign off.
Sure. I guess my final thought is, I hear from a lot of people, I'm not talking to as many people as I should, but I'm talking to a few people every day. And what I hear a lot is that I don't have time or I'm tired, and Dave brought up the workshop last Saturday. I got on the workshop, and between my drive time to work and the overtime I'd put in 120 hours for the week, for the 2 week period, for the pay period. And I was tired. And I didn't even know I was running the hangout that night. And Dave said, "It's all yours when it comes time." And I'm like, "Oh well, it's time to teach," And people complain about being tired and not having enough time. Well, if you want it bad enough, you'll make the time for it, and you'll go out and get it.
That's true. And thank you so much, Jamie. And I got to say, Jamie works like a beast. I mean, the guy works a full-time job. He gets on here. He still has time to run the workshop, and he gets on here. And, I got to say to Jamie sometimes to take a break because he needs to spend time with his wife and his family, and that's important as well. And I know Katie wants to say something, but they're having a bit of trouble with their line. Unless you want to try and say something now, Katie, if you can.
Am I still choppy?
No, you can hear you.
I'm going to try this. I was going to type it from 0. Even Tony Robbins started from 0. And the journey could suck if you allow it to suck. I mean, it is hard to surround yourself. Want to say that you're never going to have success and create this space, this box that you put yourself in, saying you're not going to have success. That's where you're going to stay. Self to open up and say, I can have this success. It's just going to take a while, or just a little bit. You know, could take 6 months. It could take a year. It could take 2 years. It all depends on your learning curve and how willing you are wanting to learn the right skills to do that. And one final thought is that if you are forcing yourself to do a skill that you hate, then you're going to have to outsource that. We actually had this amazing outsource training in our workshop, and just our little group that we have. But anyways, just think about that, or maybe partner up with somebody that could help you out, or something like that. I'm just trying to give out ideas. I'm not trying to. That would be the answer, because for me, I still want to do everything. And I'm like losing a lot of time on that, but I'm going to have to start outsourcing. But anyways, so that was my final thought. Don't know if I was choppy or not.
No, it's fine. We heard most of that. Thank you, Katie. We appreciate you. And I got to say, I have been keeping a lot of stuff back. I haven't been saying too much because I've been putting everything into this course, and I do apologize for that. But it's because I'm keeping so much back, and when I do release this stuff, all the floodgates hopefully will be released, and I'll be able to say everything I want to. But I'm excited about this, and I will be sharing it sometime in the future with everybody here. But I got to say to everybody listening here, please don't give up. Don't ever lose faith, and understand that if I can do it living from South Africa, if Katie can do it, if Jamie can do it, if Pat Patterson can do it, I'm telling you now, it's possible for anybody to make this thing work for you online. So with that being said, we're going to say goodbye. We'll see you same time next week. And don't forget to go and listen to Maria and Sonia on Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Then we have Wisdom Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And Jamie's, which is going to be at what time? 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Wonderwit. And we'll see you guys next week. You have a great evening, and we hope that this message came through and the whole hangout wasn't too choppy. But cheers.